Hey all, happy Super Bowl weekend. Welcome to Vegas Cigar Reviews. My name is Chris. I'll be your host today. Today we are looking at a Lampert Cigars Gatsby Torpedo. Let's get after it. The Lampert Cigars 6x52 Gatsby Torpedo has Ecuadorian wrappers and binders and a mixture of Dominican and Peruvian fillers. This comes from the Oro line, which promises an aromatic and mild, medium to strong smoke with tasting notes that are grassy, spicy, woody, and nutty. So guys, the Lampert Cigars Gatsby is just construction-wise, looks really good. Not sure if you can tell on the camera. Very nice, the wrapper itself is very tight. Looks very, very tightly filled. So let's cut into this and get after it. So first I want to thank Lampert Cigars, because they had an event at one of my local brick and mortars. Shout out to Helios Cigar Lounge, just half a mile from my house. So let's see, cold draw is good. No impediment in there at all. So I'm really excited to try this Lampert cigar. I had one of their Don Patrons at the event itself. Great cigar. It was a very long-lasting cigar, very smooth, very, I would say, a little bit more mild than medium. But yeah, really looking forward to this guy. So let's light it up. So yeah, this event was actually, I think 2 weeks ago, Royal Rumble weekend, actually. So shout out Cody Rhodes. So initial notes, right now a lot of the, it is very smoky. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. The taste is right now very smooth, very creamy. Haven't gotten that nuttiness or that spiciness yet. I'm guessing that'll come along a little bit more as we get further into the cigar. Retrohale. Kind of the same taste as the tongue taste. Very smooth right now, very light. A little bit of spice on the retrohale, not too much. The nuttiness hasn't really come through yet. I can definitely taste a little bit of the grass. So we'll see as I get more into the cigar if those notes kind of come through at all. Typically, I don't go for shaped cigars. Typically, I will stick with Robustos or Toros. Not so much the Torpedoes. I don't have a lot of Torpedoes in my humidor, but hey, for Lampert Cigars and for Helios Cigar Lounge, I'll take one for the team, so to speak, and have a Torpedo. So let's try one more. Grassiness, very grassy on the retrohale. Little bit of spice, nothing too much. Still very smoky, very creamy. So let me get further in, and I'll get back to you when I start the second third. So just finished the first third. Flavor profile for the most part stayed the same. A little bit of nuttiness came through, not a ton. Pretty grassy, really creamy, really smooth. This is one of those cigars that I could easily see handing out to friends, even friends that don't really smoke cigars that often, and they would enjoy it. This is just a very smooth, mild cigar. I would say mild to mild medium. Possibly as I get further into the cigar, that strength profile will go up a little bit, but right now the tasting notes, that spiciness, there's some spiciness to it, not a lot, which is fine by me. Typically I like mild to medium cigars. I don't like the full-bodied ones. I did that review on the Trinidad the other day, and that one was very full-bodied. This one is much more my speed, as you can see, about ready to ash. If you can see that the burn line is really good. There is nothing going on with that. If I rated burn lines, I would give this, probably a 5. There is no wonkiness at all with that burn line. It is fantastic. So let me ash before it falls on me. But this is just an awesome cigar. I'm going to recommend this already. I'm not going to give the scores just yet because I want to see what that flavor profile looks like as I get further into the cigar. But right now, this is a fantastic cigar. The construction is great. A little bit of flaking right there around the band, but that happens to even the most expensive cigars. The spiciness is really coming through on the retrohale. The grassiness is coming through. There's a little bit of nuttiness to it. It's a very subtle nut to it. But overall, I mean, this is just overall, and I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but this is an awesome cigar. I'm very much enjoying this. I'm very much going to grab some more Lamperts. One, when I just want a nice relaxing cigar and I don't want to think about it. When my friends come down to visit here in Vegas, which it's a cold day in Vegas. It's only 50. This time last year, we were in the 70s. So, I don't know. I moved from Wisconsin to Vegas to get out of the cold, and here I am. But this is a great cigar. So I'm gonna get a little further into this. I just started the second third, but once I get closer to the nub, down by the bands, I will give an update on it and let you guys know how it goes. Just getting down to the nub, just starting to get a little warm. As you can see, I'm about an hour in, but the burn line is still fantastic. 4.5 out of 5 on that one. I don't put that on the rating scale because it's so inconsistent from cigar to cigar, but easily a really great burn line. So again, I want to shout out Helio Cigar Lounge for hosting that event and introducing me to Lampert cigars. Kudos to Dr. Lampert, who started this brand in 2016. You have an excellent product here. They've actually expanded out into rum. I haven't had any of that yet, but I plan on getting some as soon as I can find some. We live in a state where you can't get alcohol shipped to you, unfortunately. So I'd probably have to go through a brick and mortar and special order that, but I'm definitely gonna try some. Back to the cigar. I'm gonna go into the ratings now. The taste, the nuttiness, like I expected, came through in that second third. It was still very subtle, but you could definitely taste it. That hay was there throughout the cigar from the first puff down to the nub, and it was a sweet hay or a sweet grass taste. Very enjoyable. The spice was there in the retrohale every time. Not so much in the mouth as much, but it was a pleasant spice. It wasn't too spicy. There are some cigars out there that are ultra spicy, and it's just like biting into an actual pepper. Not a big fan of those, but this is a very pleasant cigar. So taste, I'm gonna go 4.5 on that. The draw from the cold draw throughout, no issues, despite the cigar being extremely tightly packed, the wrapper being really tightly wound around it. The bands were awesome. Very cool looking cigar. Again, I don't typically smoke torpedoes. They look really cool. So that included, I'm gonna give the construction a 5. For the smoke, it started off very smoky, stayed medium smoky into the middle, got a little bit smokier now towards the nub. Not a perfect smoke, not a bad smoke. You could feel it in the mouth a little bit, so I'm gonna give the smoke a 4.5. Now for value, these are a little bit more pricey. These are about $15 a stick. If you go on small batch right now, you can get a box of 5 of these for $75. If you subscribe to any of the small batch Cigar of the Month clubs, they send these out quite frequently as well, I found out. But so for $15, this easily, I would put this up against even more expensive cigars. I've had $30 cigars and $40 cigars that I did not enjoy nearly this much. Value, I'm gonna give this a 4, just for the fact of being a smaller brand. I know they don't have that scale, that production scale, so they can't charge a little bit less for it, but $15 a cigar, still very acceptable. So I'm gonna give the value a 4. So total, you take the taste, which is 4.5, the draw, which is 5, the construction is 5, smoke 4.5, and the value at a 4. This gets a very awesome ranking of a 4.6 out of 5. So guys, go out, pick up these Lampert cigars. If your brick and mortars don't have them, order them on small batch, special order them through your brick and mortar. Just an awesome cigar. And hey, like I said, it's Super Bowl Sunday, right? I'm taking the Eagles. I said in a different video, I'm taking the Eagles 31-27. I think it's going to be a great game. I know a lot of Chiefs fans are going to be watching this and are going to be happy with that guess, but I just think of it this way. The Eagles all around are a better team at every position with the exception of quarterback and tight end. Granted, they're two of the most valuable positions, but I just think the Eagles have too much firepower and their defense is too good. I'm going to take the Chiefs. As you can see, I'm repping my Tecmo Super Bowl sweater today since it's a little chilly here in Sin City. But if you guys feel differently, please let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this after Super Bowl Sunday, I'm either going to look like a genius or a moron. Who knows? Have a safe and happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. Till next time.